Okay, so now we're going to animate our images and do our parallax effect. I've already created my project and imported the images. So here's my background image, and this is my foreground image cut out. So whatever appears black here is actually transparent. I've made my sequence 1080p, 24 frames per second. Okay, so what we want to do is put our bottom layer into V1, and then we're going to place the player catching the ball on V2 above there. All right, now the resolution of these photographs is higher than 1920 by 1080, so it appears to be cropped. I'll just zoom out in the program window so we can see the size. Use my hand tool here. When I double click on the image, you can see this border is the actual size of the photograph, and this little window here is 1920 by 1080. Okay, so we'll begin by scaling the images. So I'll double click on them using my selection tool, go to the Effects Control tab, open up Motion, and I'm going to scale this. This image, I'm going to scale to 55%, so it's just a little bit bigger than 1920 by 1080. And I'm going to do the same thing with the background layer. Okay. So this is where I want to start my motion. Now you may want to think about how you're going to animate your image. So with this particular image, I'm going to start wide, and I'm going to zoom in on the receiver here making the catch. So I move my playhead to the beginning of the clip, and I'm going to be changing the scale, and I'm also going to change the position, because as I move in, it's going to zoom in on the center, but I want to actually zoom in on this part. So I'll also click on a keyframe here for position. Now change occurs over time, so I advance the playhead. Okay, and now I'll make the change. So I'm going to scale this up to 80%. Okay, and I'm going to. Okay, so that was actually the background layer. I thought it was on the top layer. So I'm actually going to scale that 70%. Okay, and I'm also going to change the position. I'm going to tilt it down. Okay, about like that. Now I'll go to my top layer, and I'll keyframe position and scale. Actually, hold on, I got to move my playhead back to the beginning. Click on position and scale, advance the playhead. Okay. And now I'll make the change. So I'm going to enlarge this 80%, and the position I'll bring down. Okay, so now we can look and see how this is animated. Okay, so the background and the foreground are moving, but the foreground is zooming in a little more than the background. So that's the parallax effect.
That is dope. That's like some video game stuff right there, man. Honestly, I was watching this documentary.
I'm recording right now, just so you know. Okay, so that's how you do it. Good luck and Godspeed.